You won't catch this band in tight leather pants or snorting drugs off the back of a stripper. The British press often rags on them for being too earnest and boring. They are extremely conscientious, dedicated to their music, and leave a small carbon footprint. They all share equally in the profits, and Will Champion and Guy Berryman are thrilled that Chris Martin gets all the attention.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine coming out of my house and there being photographers out there. I wouldn't be able to just walk away from that.
It's a blessing to be in this band and to not be the singer.
Mm-hmm. They seem perfectly happy to let you have the spotlight.
I know, and it annoys me. My dream is that Will suddenly says, I'm going to be a flamboyant homosexual drummer and wear outrageous clothes and say outrageous things.
You'd like that?
I would love nothing more. Partly just to see how it looked, but also because, sometimes you want a bit of help.
Someone wrote that Chris Martin is like watching an unsteady trapeze act. One moment brimming with self-confidence, anxious and angst-ridden the next.
Well, Steve, this is our home.
We saw some of it at the band's Camden recording studio, where he was both structured and random, a bundle of kinetic energy, always on the move.
One of the things that surprises me is you're out on tour, you're not even finished with this tour, and you're already working on the next album?
Yeah.
Take a break?
No. Take a break when I'm 40. Or 35.
Not now.
Not now. I've got to keep writing songs as long as I've got hair. Because once it goes, then I won't be able to go on stage.
He's a compulsive worrier and list maker. He sends himself electronic messages and scrawls notes on scraps of paper, on his hands, and anything else that's available, lest he forgets some brilliant idea.
You have notes written on the piano.
Yeah, but this is just the beginning, so in 6 months this will all be covered, I think.
And you have to repaint the piano?
Yeah. When we finish something, we repaint.
Like many artists, he is openly, gloriously neurotic.
Then we have all our rules here. We've got our rules. So you can't have more than 42 minutes. These are just things we have to remind ourselves all the time. The rules are important. See, look at rule number 6. Not many interviews. That's a rule.
Always keep mystery.
Always keep mystery. I feel like I've shown you my underpants. this is private stuff.
With the band in the middle of a tour, most of the new music is being worked on during sound checks before concerts. It's a collaborative effort with Martin and Johnny Buckland leading the way, but everyone has a say.
The song Viva La Vida, the one we just did last year, you say, listen man, I got this, and it goes, in Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing, be my mirror, my soul, la la la. Something like that. I always say something like that.
Right, and Johnny says
it drives him crazy. If Johnny says he likes it, then I have to show it to Will, which is one of the things I fear most in my life.
So this is like the UN Security Council, one veto, and it's
one veto and it goes on your solo album.
Given their professed history with Viva La Vida and their past track record writing songs, the band was stunned when not one but 2 different artists claimed that Coldplay had plagiarized part of the melody. The band says any similarities are a coincidence, and they have refused to settle out of court.
I think that the way to deal with these things is if you know it's not true, then you just have to say, I'm really sorry, but it isn't true. That's it. The other alternative is like a 7-hour rant about why it isn't true and how it's just not possible. But I think for the purposes of today, it's better just to say, we just would never do that.
Martin is used to some unwanted attention. Besides being rich and famous, he is also married to one of the most beautiful women in the world, Academy Award-winning actress Gwyneth Paltrow. It's made them pray for the paparazzi with whom Martin is frequently clashed, and fodder for the tabloids, which regularly run stories that the marriage and the band are on the verge of breaking up.
So what's it like living in the tabloid world?
One week you're divorced, the next week your band's broken up. It's terrible.
That's what they're saying now.
I'm glad I'm not me. That, by the way, is a Bob Dylan quote, in case you thought I thought of that.
Right, and we shouldn't take these articles about the band breaking up and you and your wife breaking up.
All I can tell you is, I mean, it's news to me.
The couple seemed perfectly happy when we were around at this concert in London, but they don't like cameras present when they're together, refuse to sit for joint interviews, and insist on keeping their careers separate and their private lives private.
Your public lives are completely separate.
Yeah, it's true.
And you did that because...
Well, that is just the way it feels best.
Is this the one thing that you hate, talking about the...
Well, you can see from my body language that it makes me really uncomfortable.
Okay, we'll stop now.
This is the bit which, in an outtake, where people storm out. I'm not storming out, Steve. I like you very much. But I don't know how to talk about this stuff, to be honest. I don't know how to deal with it.
As they head out on the next leg of the tour, there is no road weariness or talk of exhaustion. In fact, they'd been thinking about a song for next Christmas. They're all still young enough to find this fun, enthusiastic about what lies ahead, and confident that they're not yet as good as they're going to be.
I want to show you this thing.
Okay.
So it goes, 6 feet of snow and water deep. I wish you'd let your troubles sleep. The lights go on Oxford Street. I wish you'd let your troubles sleep. The goal is to try and make the perfect song, which of course will never happen. Oh, Christmas lights keep shining on day.
You wrote that yesterday?
Yeah. That's going to be good though.
Yeah.
I can feel it.